So here is our Soviet train arriving at platform. So here we go on board. Oops. You meet some very interesting and cool people on the train. So what's your name?
Yeah, I'm George.
George from Germany.
Axel from Germany.
Axel, nice name. If you can see it, but that train's looking a little worse for wear. See there, that must be like part of the engine as well. What's the crack, everyone? Hope we're all keeping very well. So as you can see, I'm not in Belfast at the minute. I'm actually in Bucharest, the capital of Romania, and myself and my brother are on a very special trip, okay, because we're actually catching the very last Soviet train in Europe. So we're getting it from Bucharest to Chisinau, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. It's the capital of Moldova. So it's a 13-hour sleeper train, and it's from Soviet times, so I think it's from like the 1970s or maybe early 80s. So I'm very, very excited to share this journey with you. We spent overnight in Bucharest last night, and we're at the Gare du Nord station. Gare du Nord, I think it's the North station in Bucharest, one of the main ones here. And we're about to board it in about half an hour or so. So we just got a quick snack, and then we're going to get on board. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Okay, so as you saw from the start of that, it shows you sort of outside of the train what it looks like. You're in for a treat seeing the inside, because it's actually like stepping back in time. It's kind of crazy. And as you can see, we're prepared with the essentials. Okay, so we've got a little wrap from KFC just for a snack. We've got crisps, we've got beer, we've got plenty of water, some chocolate, things like that. So as you can see up there, there is our train. The Chisinau one at 10 past. The platform's not showing here, and we're only half an hour before the train, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Hopefully it's not a mad dash to actually find it. But so as you can see, a little bit different to your usual stations back home. You can just walk onto the track here. I've seen people crossing it as well. So as you can see from most of the trains here in Romania, they're pretty modern trains, just standard sort of European style ones. A couple of older sort of models over there, but wait until you see this one arrive. So here is our Soviet train arriving at platform. The last Romanian Soviet train in Europe. So I think built in the 1970s or 1980s. How cool is that? A little bit different to the modern Romanian trains over there. But we're going to be riding this all the way to Chisinau. So here we go on board. Oops. Hello. That's the carriage. Look at this. How cool is this? It's like stepping back in time. So these are the 2-bed berths. We're going to get them on those. So here's our train. A little bit of a window view outside there. And here is our home for the night. So good, sturdy doors there with locks on them as well. We got the 2-berth. I think it was about 35 quid each, and that does us for 13 hours. And a little bit of room tour here. You got plugs, you got a little reading light there, and then if you're looking for your bed linen, it's actually up at the top here. So just up in that nook, just in case you're trying to find things. And then you've got lots of stuff for storage all around here, and it's actually roasting hot in here too. So you're allowed to open the window, thankfully, which is pretty cool. So got all that we need, really. Enjoying it, Josh? So cool. So we're actually doing this because my brother here in the background is doing all the countries in Europe before he's 30. So I'm on the Romania and Moldova leg for him. Oh, that felt good. Really manual sort of switch there, like you don't get that anymore. So Josh was complaining to me that I brought too many battery packs here, but lo and behold, the switches don't actually work. So you're glad of that now, aren't you? For any of you that are a bit shorter and you're wondering how the hell you're going to get up there, there is a step here. So just put this down. Look at that, Soviet technology. Little step ladder up to the top. They do also come around with the fresh linen as well, because some of the stuff up there looked a little bit worse for wear. So I'm going to explore the rest of the train, let you know what the crack is with it. So here's how you get into the other carriages. Big heavy door. Oh my god. So you actually have to go through, and you're standing in the middle of the track, shaking about, so it's a little bit ropey. Oh my god. So we're into the part of the train. I think there's the 4-bed berths in here. So as you can see there, it's a little bit more old-fashioned, a little bit more than ours anyway. And 4 people pulls down there, so you can book this a little bit cheaper. But we paid the 35 each, and I think it's worth it over the 13 hours, to be honest. See there, that must be like part of the engine as well. It's coal-fired. That's pretty petrifying. Here's our Belgian friends that we met last night drinking. So, what do you think of the train?
Welcome.
Pretty good. Yeah. And this is just a sort of domestic seats. You can just buy a seat itself, not an actual berth. So I don't know how I would survive on that bit. Nice views out here though. Nice sunset. So this at the very end is the dining car. So a little bit easier to open these doors. So I'll go through and give you a tour. So this is the dining car. You can have a little drink and just chill out here. Very different to the one they showed on the actual previous videos I've seen. Now, for what a lot of you have been waiting for, okay, here's a little toilet tour. So toilet's actually pretty clean, smell quite nice. There's a little plug there. Probably wouldn't be using that, to be honest with you. You can lock the door. It does not work. But here we go. I've heard that these flush onto the tracks, so I'm going to test this out and see if that's actually true. So it's a foot pedal at the bottom. Let's go. Yep. Right onto the track. That's right. Oh my god. So just enjoying a little beer while we relax here before it gets dark. Initial thoughts. Great setup actually in our one. I would definitely recommend getting one of the 2-bed berths, or if you've got like 4 people, get the 4-bed one so nobody else sort of comes into your space as well. And you're in for a little bit of a treat because about 3 o'clock in the morning they actually stop at the Moldovan border. They check your passports first. The army comes on, I think, to check it, border control, but they take the whole undercarriage off, lift the train up apparently, and then put a new wheelbase on at the bottom because the track widths are different in Moldova. So you'll definitely be woken up. So have your passport there, have like where your accommodation is going to be in Moldova as well. It's a big tip. If you can see it, but that train's looking a little worse for wear. Stop at this random station. I think we make a couple of stops on the way. You meet some very interesting and cool people on the train. So what's your name?
Yeah, I'm George. I'm
George
from Germany.
From Germany.
Axel from Germany.
Axel, nice name, Axel.
Hi.
So we're showing the local club. So we now support a new team in Germany now too. So very cool.
It's Lipsia.
Prost. Drinks car is actually closed here. Okay, so the German guys have got this guy to give us some beer here as well. So you have to pay for it here, but we got some bottles of Chisinau beer. Cheers, Josh. So these are some of the beers you can get in Moldova. Okay, so you got this one. Timisoariana?
It's right.
Timisoariana, I don't know. And then you got the Chisinau lager as well. So this is what's available on board. But you can't get it in the drinks cart. You have to drink it, or you have to get it from the actual person. This is not maybe the same in other trains. So as you can see, quite tired. It is 3:50 now, and we stopped at the Moldovan border, and they're checking our passports. So basically, they take away your passport for a couple of minutes, check it, and make sure you're okay, because Moldova is not part of the EU, so it's kind of like an international border in that case. So you get a stamp and everything else. The wheelbases need to be changed here of the train because they use a different width of wheelbase in Moldovan tracks because they use the old Russian tracks. And the reason behind that is because Russia was so afraid of being invaded that they had a different width to the rest of Europe, so that the Europeans couldn't invade them by train. So they still kept that Moldova. So it's now 4:50. So my initial video there was at 3:50 at the Romanian border to Moldova, and we're now across the border. So they kept our passports for about 30 to 45 minutes maybe. Very pleasant though. Just asked a few questions about like customs, things like that. Gave our passports back eventually, and then we moved on and we crossed the border and stopped at this Moldovan station, and they took our passports again, did the same sort of process with the Moldovan customs agents, and I think this is probably the bit where they changed the wheels. So this is the part where they changed the wheels over. So you can't really see it for a little, but there are the wheels over there we're going on to, and then got the big cranes obviously, and I'm pretty sure from what I've seen they lift the entire train up. Now we're lifted up, you can see we're a wee bit higher than we were before. Sort of see there the guy working on the wheels. We are literally dangling in mid-air here. I don't know if they're just taking off the wheels now or putting the new ones on, but hopefully we'll be back on track soon. As it's now 5:20 in the morning. So I'm gonna try and get some sleep here while they're fixing that. And hopefully next video you'll see me will be in Chisinau. Okay, thank you. Cheers, bye bye. We're coming out of Chisinau station. How cool is that? I don't want to call everything Soviet, but I'm going to make an assumption that's from a similar era. Maybe even older. Pre-Soviet. So that's our journey completed. We've arrived in Chisinau now in the really cool looking old station. It looks very Soviet as well. Matches the Soviet train we just got off. Actually a really good journey. Very much enjoyed it. A lot of waiting about obviously for the checkpoints and different stuff like that. But the 2-bed berth was very, very comfortable. Only, as I said, like 36 I think it was each, which for what you're getting is fine. So make sure you get in quickly, and that will be about a month and a half in advance. Other tips: bring a load of snacks, water, beers if you want to as well. You can just drink on the train too, because the dining cart we went on was actually closed, whereas other people actually it was open and you could buy new beers, but you can still buy it from the attendants that are on the actual train itself. We also didn't get a pillow. I don't know if you could ask for it, but we didn't get a pillow too, so I don't know if that's maybe a normal thing, but we could have asked for it. But you do get clean bed linen and things like that, but if you do have a sore neck or something like that, you have to bring a pillow. But yeah, overall, loved the experience with my brother, so he's actually filming me over there. Really enjoyable experience on the Prietenia. I can't remember the full name of the train. Prietenia means friendship anyway, I think in Romanian or Moldovan. So goodbye train. It was very, very enjoyable. The last remaining Soviet train in Europe. That's in operation. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment underneath, and make sure you follow our page or subscribe to our page for more. Out across the track and not get killed.